Hi guys, my name's Hadley. Everyone calls me Hads, so you can call me Hads. This is the story of how I met Adam Sandler and God. So, PSA, this is a very, very short version of a very, very long story. So, I understand if people think I'm fucking crazy because of this, but I'm not. So if you have any questions or anything, I'm gonna put my Instagram in the link down below. So hit me up. I'm open. I love talking to people, so it's really no big deal. I'll make another video, but I'm no YouTuber, so be kind. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Okay, bye. So I never really was religious. I struggled with religion growing up. My parents I was baptized Catholic when I was born, but my parents never really took me to church, and I went to church a lot, like with my friends or like with my grandma and stuff like that, but I never really felt like I belonged to church. And so, but I went through a phase for a really long time when I was younger growing up that I would just pray every single night before I went to bed, because I was a very anxious kid, and I would pray to God and just ask him to watch over me and my family and stuff like that, because I didn't really have anyone else to talk to like that, and that always made me feel better, and like it would help me sleep. And so like that's always something that I kept to myself. And I think I said before, like, I'm spiritual, I have been spiritual, but I just had a problem with organized religion because of the labels and certain beliefs, and you know what I mean. Like, I just thought if I believe that there's something out there, then there's something out there, you know what I mean? And whatever, the universe, God, whoever is out there, that I don't want to just stick to one thing, because I still just like my sexuality. I don't like labels, so I don't want to say one thing, but whatever you believe in, it's true, it's right. Like, there's no one, there's a reason that there's different sects of all sects, whatever, of all like these different religions, you know what I mean? Like, they all pray to the same God, even though there's different versions of it. Like, that's just a cultural thing, you know what I mean? Every culture is different. Like, that's a whole other conversation, but still, like, pretty much, yeah, whatever you believe in, don't be offended by what I refer to it. I'm gonna refer to it as God, because I think that's the most fitting term. So I went home, I was laying down, I was trying to sleep, and I couldn't really, I was like starting to get anxious for some reason, and I started to watch a movie, but I paused it, and so I started to talk to God like I did when I was younger. Like, I was just like, God, I know you're listening, I know you're out there, I need a sign, I need to know that everything that you're, like, I'm thinking right now is right and true, and like, I need to know that I'm following like the right path, pretty much, is what, like, I was saying. And so all of a sudden, my eyes were closed while I was doing this, and I was laying down just flat on my back. My TV was paused, but it wasn't turned off or anything. Like, it was just like the movie was paused, so like the screen was still up and everything. And so my eyes were closed, and all of a sudden my eyes popped open, and I looked at my TV, and my screen went black, and there's like a white thing in the middle, and then it popped up blue. And I've never seen that before, ever in my entire life, and it said no signal. And I got chills, and tears they're rolling down my face like as we speak, or they're starting to. But I got chills, and so like the first thing that my mind, because I'm a big person, I believe a lot in signs and like stuff like that. So the first thing, and like meanings, like deeper meanings. So the first thing I did was I grabbed my phone and I searched the meaning of the color blue. And so pretty much the meaning of the color blue, like the website that my phone took me to, the description was just like every description that everyone has ever described God, like I've heard of, like, God. It's like a one-sided communication, like a feeling of comfort, of trust, like calming, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you like think of God, or whatever description of God that you have, like, that's pretty much what I read of the color blue. So I was like, holy crap, that was real. Like, that was the night actually, the night that the color blue popped up on my screen, I had this weird dream about Halsey, that I was trying to tell Halsey something, and I woke up and I couldn't figure out what it sounds so silly, but when I woke up, I couldn't remember exactly what I was trying to tell her. So like, I was trying to like play Halsey songs to like figure out what Halsey song I needed to hear to like remind me like of what I was trying to tell her, you know what I mean? And so when I was at work, everything I kept seeing was blue. Like, people had blue eyes, blue cars kept passing me by. Like, I saw like 2 different blue Lamborghinis. I was like, what is going on? And all of a sudden in my head, colors started playing in my head. So I was like, everything is blue. His smoke, his pills, yeah. So I was like, that's what God was trying to tell me. It was playing in my head. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, I've never felt like, he touched me and I was a lilac sky. I was literally wearing like a lilac shirt to Pride, and like, the fact that I found that shirt was so weird and so random. Like, it was just like, everything was just making more and more sense. So I was just, I couldn't believe it. I had one lady come to my table, or this one lady walk in, girl, I guess, lady, whatever. She walks in and she had 2 dogs and she was sitting on her front patio, and I work at kind of like in a bougie like restaurant, and so we aren't allowed to have dogs on the front patio. And I told her, I was like, ma'am, like, I'm so sorry, like, we can't have dogs on the front patio. And she just instantly started like snapping at me, and I was like, okay, chill. Like, normally my first reaction would just like to snap back at her, you know what I mean, and just be rude back, because I have no problem doing that. I didn't have that urge, and so I was just like, I wanted to like calm her down. I was like, it's okay, like, I'm gonna take care of you, blah blah blah. And like, she started to sit at a different table, like, after I got everything, like, because she told me she had their emotional support license or whatever. She showed them to me, and I was just like, okay, cool. And so I was like, it's cool, like, I love dogs, like, I have a dog, like, I'm not against dogs, it's just literally policy. Like, if security walked by and saw the dogs, we would get in trouble. That's what I was trying to tell her. And so she showed me the license things, and it was fine. And then she started to sit down at a table, but I was like, if you want me to take care of you, like, this is my table over here. And so they moved over and sat at my table. I don't know why I did that. She was mean, you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have told her to sit at my table, but I did. And so I took care of her, and by the end of it, the last thing she said to me was, you turned my anger into happiness. And I was just like, that is literally everything to me, you know what I mean? And so I told her, I was like, I just want you to know, like, I just like started like this whole spiritual journey, sort of, and that really is like exactly what I needed to hear. Like, thank you so much. Like I like that. I'm gonna remember that forever, that you told me that. And she like kind of just giggled at me, and I told her, like, I kept seeing the color blue everywhere. And then they left, and she wrote a note on a piece of paper. She was like, I'm going through a hard time too. Here's my number. We should go grab coffee sometime. And I was like, it was just so, like, I don't know. It was just so weird. So, it was just fate, dude. And so that night at work, I was just in a really good mood, and I kept, like, I could just tell, like, I don't know. I knew exactly what I was supposed to be doing, if that makes sense. Like, I knew, like, what I should, like, I never was, like, looking for something to do. And it was a pretty slow night, and so I was just, like, relaxing. Like, I wasn't mad that it was slow at all. And I kept getting, like, I kept seeing the number 3 everywhere. Like, I kept getting, like, I got, like, a $30 tip. I kept getting, like, $3 tips, or, like, I would look at the time, and it'd be, like, 33 or something random like that, you know what I mean? And so at the end of the night, towards the end of the night, it was slow. 3 of my friends came, and they were sitting on the front patio at my job and like having drinks, and I was sitting down with them because there was literally no one else in the restaurant. And I sat down next to them, and I was telling them about how I kept seeing all these signs, and like about what happened the night before with the TV and the color blue. And literally as I was saying that, and I was talking about the number 3, and as I was saying that, I like look up and I see this like a group of guys like turning the corner, and I noticed that one of the guys was wearing a blue shirt with the number 23, and I was about to say, like, oh, look, there's another one. And this guy got closer. I go, is that? And all my friends were like, oh, like, that's, and I was like, is that Adam Sandler? And literally he got closer, and he walked past us, and he goes, it was me and like three of my girlfriends, and we were all sitting there, and he goes, hey guys, what's up? And we were all just like, and we all shot up immediately, and so we hand him our phones, or like all of us had our phones out to take a picture, and we're like, and I was like, can we get a picture? And one of his people were like, yeah, but one picture, and one of them took my phone, and so they took the picture, and here's a picture right here. He just took the picture, and it was super chill, and like I met Adam Sandler, and like that's just like after that I just knew that just sealed the deal that something out there is talking to me and trying to get my attention. And ever since then my life has gotten it's only gotten better. Like every single day, like there's something new that is happening to me that I never thought that would happen, and it's so crazy. I never thought that I would be feel this way. I never thought that I would have this much guidance. Like I always thought that I would be have to just figure it all out, and one day it would fall into place, and everything's falling into place, but in so many more ways than I thought it would be. I have never felt better ever, and I'm just so excited to see what else is in store for me, and share my story with other people, because I honestly am the perfect example of how you could have the most messed up life and finding God and praying. I don't care how cheesy it sounds, I really don't care, but finding God and praying and talking to him and really knowing that there's something out there, and connecting with yourself, and really getting down to the basics. Forget everything that society is telling you, and just be in the moment. And you know what I mean? If you just think about that and remember that, then your entire life will change. I promise you, that and that's what's important. So I just want to share my story, and there's so much more to my story, and I'm gonna share it all one day, but I don't think anyone wants to sit down and listen to it all right now, so I'm just gonna break it up. But that's how I met Adam Sandler and how I found God. I'm excited to share this experience with other people, and I know that's part of the plan, so thank you guys. Bye-bye.